In the vast and ever-shifting landscape of modern pop culture, where trends rise and fall overnight and new voices constantly emerge, it's rare to find someone who truly stands apart from the crowd. Certain figures defy easy categorization, refusing to fit neatly into the boxes society tries to place them in. They challenge our assumptions and force us to reconsider what it means to be an artist, a rebel, or even a leader. Tom MacDonald, a Canadian rapper instantly recognizable by his face tattoos and unapologetic style, is one such figure. He's not just another musician chasing fame, he's become a lightning rod for controversy and conversation. As an independent artist, MacDonald has built his career outside the traditional music industry, speaking his truth in a way that the establishment simply cannot stand. He writes, records, and produces his own music, ensuring that every lyric and beat is a direct reflection of his vision. MacDonald has become a voice for those who feel ignored, dismissed, or outright despised by the ruling class. His songs resonate with blue-collar workers, everyday people, and anyone who feels left behind by a rapidly changing world. His influence doesn't come from radio play or industry awards, but from a direct, unfiltered connection with his audience. Platforms like YouTube and social media have allowed him to bypass the gatekeepers and speak straight to millions. These are people who work hard, love their country, and want to be heard. They're proud of their roots and values, and they're tired of being told that their beliefs make them villains in their own story. They're exhausted by a media landscape that seems to mock their concerns, and by politicians who treat them as obstacles rather than citizens. They're tired of being told they're the problem, when all they want is a fair shot and a voice in the conversation. MacDonald channels their anger, confusion, and frustration into his music, articulating what so many feel but are afraid to say out loud. He does it without apology, refusing to back down in the face of criticism. The ruling class is baffled by his appeal. They can't understand why so many people are drawn to his message, or why his songs rack up millions of views without mainstream support. But MacDonald speaks to anyone who's tired of being lied to by a corrupt elite, anyone who's lost faith in the institutions that once promised to protect them. His success is a direct indictment of the cultural establishment, proof that there's a massive audience for art that challenges the dominant ideology and refuses to play by the old rules. In an age of groupthink and conformity, Tom MacDonald stands as a testament to the enduring power of dissent. He reminds us that real change often comes from the margins, from those willing to speak up when it's unpopular. His very existence threatens the control of those in power, and that's exactly why they despise him, and why his message continues to grow. Tom MacDonald's music is a direct assault not just on the surface-level trends of pop culture, but on the very foundations of the modern left's ideology. He doesn't shy away from controversy. Instead, he charges headfirst into it, using his lyrics as weapons to challenge what he sees as the dogmas of our time. In his tracks, MacDonald takes aim at the slogans and symbols that have come to define progressive movements, questioning their sincerity and effectiveness. He's unafraid to call out what he perceives as groupthink and conformity, especially when it comes to hot-button social issues. In Fake Woke, he critiques the hypocrisy of corporate and celebrity activism, pointing out how virtue signaling often replaces genuine action. MacDonald exposes the disconnect between public personas and private realities, highlighting how some use activism as a branding tool rather than a force for real change. He mocks the rise of safe spaces and trigger warnings in snowflakes, challenging the culture of victimhood that he believes is stifling honest conversation. MacDonald argues that these trends, while intended to protect, may actually be creating a generation less equipped to handle adversity. To many listeners, his message sounds like common sense, a call for resilience, self-reliance, and the courage to face uncomfortable truths. He urges people to toughen up, to engage with ideas that challenge them, and to stop seeking comfort at the expense of growth. MacDonald tells a generation that they've been coddled into weakness, warning that constant protection from offense or discomfort can lead to fragility. He paints a picture of young people disconnected from reality, distracted by screens, and unprepared for the challenges of adulthood. In Brainwashed, he tackles the powerful influence of media and education on public opinion, suggesting that narratives are carefully crafted to shape beliefs and behaviors. MacDonald questions who benefits from this control, and what truths might be hidden beneath the surface. He encourages his listeners to think for themselves, to question authority, and to dig deeper than the headlines. MacDonald's lyrics are a rallying cry for independent thought and skepticism in an age of information overload. Ultimately, MacDonald's music is a call for intellectual rebellion, a demand that people break free from the echo chambers and challenge the narratives they're fed. He deconstructs the language of the left, exposing contradictions, double standards, and what he sees as bad faith arguments. By dissecting the rhetoric, he invites his audience to look beyond slogans and question the motives behind them. MacDonald translates academic jargon and ideological buzzwords into plain language, neutralizing their power and making complex debates accessible to everyone. His approach is unapologetic, direct, and designed to spark conversation, not silence it. Tom MacDonald's Straight White Male is a cultural provocation. The song gives a voice to those demonized for their identity. MacDonald raps about being blamed for history's sins and invalidated for his race and gender. This resonates with many who feel judged by skin color and gender. It's about defending the individual against collective tyranny. MacDonald's music taps into core conservative principles. The song became a rallying cry, validating feelings of being unfairly targeted. MacDonald told them it was okay to be proud and angry. He helped people see their frustrations as political, not just personal. The line between viral YouTube videos and national political rhetoric is thinner than ever before. What once seemed like two separate worlds, online creators and the highest levels of American politics, are now deeply intertwined. Platforms like YouTube have become breeding grounds for ideas, attitudes, and even language that quickly leap from internet subcultures to the main stage of national events. Tom MacDonald's themes, once confined to his YouTube channel and music videos, echoed loudly at the Republican National Convention. His lyrics and messages, which resonate with millions online, have found a new home in the rhetoric of political leaders and the energy of their supporters. At the convention, politics was framed as a dramatic battle between good and evil, with little room for nuance. This black-and-white worldview, once the domain of edgy internet commentary, now shapes the way national debates are presented to the public. The apocalyptic tone, images of chaos, collapse, and existential threat, is a hallmark of MacDonald's work. His music videos often depict a world on the brink, mirroring the urgent, sometimes dire language used at the RNC. The rhetoric following the Trump assassination attempt was a prime example of this convergence. News coverage and political speeches alike adopted the language of crisis, echoing the themes found in viral music and online commentary. Political figures were cast as messiahs, saviors of the nation, while their opponents were demonized as existential threats. This kind of mythic storytelling, once reserved for entertainment, now drives real-world political engagement. The language of politicians and rappers has merged, blurring the boundaries between pop culture and politics. Slogans, catchphrases, and even the cadence of speeches now borrow from the world of viral music. The RNC's focus on culture wars, issues of identity, tradition, and national values, paralleled the themes in MacDonald's lyrics. Both tap into a sense of urgency and conflict, rallying supporters around shared grievances and hopes. This shift reflects a broader change in the conservative movement, where internet culture and political activism are now inseparable. The movement draws energy and inspiration from online creators, making them central to its identity. In this new populist kingdom, Tom MacDonald is the court jester, using satire, provocation, and music to challenge the establishment and entertain the masses, all while shaping the conversation. His music provides not just anthems and slogans, but a sense of belonging and identity for a political movement that increasingly sees itself reflected in the world of viral videos and internet stars. Tom MacDonald's reception mirrors our divided nation. He's either a truth-telling hero or a hateful charlatan. Media coverage often dismisses him as a provocateur. His fans see media vilification as validation. Every attempt to silence him proves his point. His supporters view his music as resistance. His success is a grassroots phenomenon, driven by the internet. This reveals a disconnect between cultural arbiters and public taste. MacDonald is a bard for a silent majority. His career shows we live in separate realities. He thrives in the chasm between two Americas. Tom MacDonald and John Rich's collaboration was a cultural moment. It united two strains of populist dissent. The song's viral success proved the power of this alliance. The lyrics paint a bleak picture of a world in chaos. It captures disillusionment with America's promise. The collaboration bypassed traditional gatekeepers. They released the song directly to fans, achieving a #1 hit. It solidified a shared cultural and political identity. The The song gave a shared anthem to diverse audiences. It was an act of coalition building in a divided era. Tom MacDonald's career shows music's power in politics and culture. Music is a weapon in a divided society. MacDonald has created a new genre of protest music. His work reflects core tensions of our time. He defends traditional institutions against a hostile ideology. The controversy he generates is intentional. His lyrics trigger elite outrage, validating his message. He speaks to those who feel despised by cultural elites. MacDonald is a symptom of political division. His music asks uncomfortable questions ignored by the ruling class. The culture war has a new soundtrack.